Hey guys, Aaron here at Metro Jeep, and I want to take you back. I want to take you back to the year of 1970, the muscle car heyday. At this time, there is the Sports Car Club of America, the SCCA, has a racing division called the Trans Am Racing. And this is mainly composed of mid-size to smaller small block V8 muscle cars. And Dodge had a response to this. They had two cars, they were sister cars, and that was the Dodge Challenger TA Trans Am Racing, and they had the Plymouth Cuda, the AAR Cuda. Now, unfortunately, the Cuda is no longer a nameplate, but we do still have this. This is the new Dodge Challenger TA for 1970. Now, there's a lot of things I could talk about on this car, being the 485 horsepower with 475 pound-feet of torque, or even the fact that this car flat out will run you over 180 miles an hour. So it is a machine, and definitely, I mean, its grandfather can't even hold a candle to what these things can do now. But again, everyone knows the powers, the specs, and everything that you can read online. I want to go over a couple of the smaller details that you don't really see. A lot of the things, you know, I'll start right up front here. A lot of things that you don't see is like it has, similar to the Hellcat, your air intake here, but this one has one on both sides. The Hellcat, in case you don't know, only has one. The other thing is this hood here. Now, if you're familiar, again, with the original muscle cars, the 1970 Challenger TA had the sister car of the AAR Cuda, which had a very similar hood to that. So that is a little bit of nod to the heritage there, which I definitely appreciate. You have your TA stripe going down the side of the car, just like the originals. Again, very heritage inspired there. As much as these, I absolutely love these. So these are the Mopar hood pins. Of course, back in the day, you wouldn't have this nice little Mopar badging there, but the hood pins were there. Of course, back then, the hood actually overlaid on the front bumper here, and those were made to actually keep the hood down. There's something else that's really nice about these cars. This is the TA 392. So you have essentially three levels of the TA. You have the TA 5.7, you have the TA 5.7 Plus, which is essentially this car just with the 5.7 Hemi, and then you have this car, which is of course the 392. This is the big boy. Now, a couple other things I'd like to show you on the inside here. So you have your Nappa leather seats, your embroidered TA. They are heated and cooled. You can see the ventilation here. Hop on inside here. You have your 8.4 touchscreen. You have your Tremec 6-speed. You have your full customizable cluster up here. Now, one thing about those hood pins up front is that you do still have to pop the hood. Now, there's a couple things I do want to show you under there. Something kind of specific to this car. So I think you really appreciate all the gear heads. So there it is, the heart of this beast. That's the 392 6.4 liter Hemi. Now, if you look over here, you're going to see a Mopar Performance cold air intake, as well as a seal on the hood. So that hood scoop up there, this guy right here, that is a fully functional scoop. Now, as well as this intake, you have a 2 3/4 inch exhaust on this car that you wouldn't get on, say, a standard Challenger. Get a nice little peek at those bad boys right back here. Of course, as you can see, the flat black goes all the way down. You have your Pirelli tires, your Bilstein suspension, and of course, with this car, just like an SRT, you will get all of your performance pages and the 8.4 touchscreen. Back inside here, I'll show you what I'm talking about, as well as the absolutely intoxicating exhaust note of this thing. Yeah. Yep. So, again, like, one of the things that not a lot of people show on these cars, which I think is, if it's something that you have this car for, it's absolutely detrimental. So with these pages here, you can look at, as I'll show you, you can have a complete eye on your engine. For example, here's your gauges: 1, oil temp, coolant temp, oil pressure, battery voltage, air intake, G-force. If you're going around the track, or even on a launch, if you're a drag racer, you're going to want to see your reverse G's here, your backwards G's, I should say, that are pulling you back. So those are absolutely important for launch times. Every timer's up here. Reaction time 0 to 60, 0 to 100, eighth mile, quarter mile, everything all the way down through here, and it's all on a single sheet. And you can save these, and you can try to better yourself every time at the track. So again, just little things that you don't necessarily see on these cars. I mean, like I said before, a lot of people quote the power and, you know, top end, but there's a lot of nice other features of this car. I mean, they're streetable around town. So I have nice things like sunroof, Alpine sound system. So again, it's a good all-around muscle car, which of course you didn't get back in 1970. So if you would like to take this car for a spin, because driving this car isn't just driving a car, it's an experience all its own. So I'd love to invite you in. Feel free to give me a call, send me an email. My number 413-783-9911. Ask for Aaron and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you.